No point practicing for speed when the consistency is not there, so let's practice consistency with the basic draw drill. This is a great way to program your body posture with your head, shoulders and arms in the correct positions. Note how my left leg is slightly forward. This is not taught and is more a preference for me to better secure my balance whilst my legs are slightly bent. If you can keep your legs shoulder length apart and parallel to each other whilst being able to lean forward slightly, then great. To balance the recoil of a real handgun, you would lean a little further forward with your entire body, which personally would lead to me having my left leg even further forward. So let's cut this drill into the 4 parts that it represents. Step 1 is at rest. Notice how it normally isn't with you physically resting. You should have your feet and shoulders pointing at your target if possible, and retain your head at the point at which you intend to aim at your first target. Strong hand should be resting where you expect to index against your holster, and your weak would normally rest forward onto your thigh or at least in front of your hip. Step 2 is the point at which you get a grip purchase on your gun in its holster and start moving your weak hand towards your belly. Your strong hand would normally rest where you'd expect your grip to be and start pulling the gun up alongside the length of your torso. Failing to get a good grip on this step will lead to poor performance in speed and or shot placement at the end of the drill. Step 3 is where your hands greet to create the firm grip that you use to shoot your gun. Pay attention to the position of your head, shoulders and hips as they should not move during this entire drill. This step is also another point where failing to get a good grip with both hands will lead to poor performance in speed and or shot placement at the end of the drill. Step 4 is your final shooting position with your sights aligned on the target and your finger pressed firmly on the biting point of your trigger but balances not to fire a shot. Maintaining the original position of your head, shoulders and hips throughout the entire drill. Your arms should be a comfortable distance from your body but firm enough to handle recoil and repetitive shooting at multiple targets in an array. Don't forget that you should practice your holster procedure the same as you present your draw but in reverse. This reinforces the body mechanics you're trying to convert into muscle memory throughout this exercise. So let's get into what I'm doing wrong. First of all, I am not aligned as well as I could be to the target as I have my left leg forward. This is not a huge issue, however many stages do require feet to be parallel to each other as part of a starting position. If I were to shoot from that position, my current practice routine would not include that potential position. The next issue to work on is my hand position at step 3. The gun should be comfortably closer to my body where I can see both my front and rear sight within my vision. This is to allow me to subconsciously gain the positioning of my sights assisting towards step 4. Between step 3 and step 4, I should be driving the gun forwards, both aligning my sights and racing the gun to the last step in order to gauge my target. In practice, you should be able to shoot at your target from step 3 if you have your positioning right. Now here are a few things you should not be practicing out of habit of rushing. Make sure you're practicing each step where the consistency is not evident. Don't disengage from the target at the end of the drill and aim at the target for a little longer. This helps with the practice of not disengaging the course of fire until you are certain that all targets have been engaged. There have been too many times when a competitor has disengaged and started unloading to show clear when the last target was missed and or forgotten. Let me know what you think I can improve upon and what you think should be done differently, if any.
All information presented in this video is instruction based on experience and does not relate to any fact or doctrine of training, whether written or dictated by me and any other representative of the sport. I cannot be held responsible for any injury or anger from spouses due to accidental shooting of walls and or furniture, scaring your pets or family members. Show you follow the 4 basic rules of gun safety and practice these drills with no live ammunition in a direct vicinity of where you are training. Any fat or racist comments are much appreciated to fill my undying ego and will assist in making me lose weight.